energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth. In this earth, I'm doing some grounding and I'm sharing. This is the first live where I'm sharing this grounding with you. This workshop has been intense. It's been real. We've been getting a lot of good information. Thank you to those who have joined. Um, those of you who have said yes and said yes to the cause, yes to your journey, because we're all, each one reach one, teach one, we're all able to share that light. So happy full moon in Pisces, super full moon lunar eclipse. And this means the moon is packing a big one. And I'm going to do a video later about that. But I wanted to invite you on this journey while I'm gardening, because I always say in the workshop, I'm bringing you a piece and a taste of the workshop live. Um, I always say that it's interactive, and this is part of the interactive activity that we share in the group. Everyone posts their gardening and what they're doing. It's something that we do from the lower chakras, and this is the first time in the workshop where I'm actually tethering, working with the earth star chakra beneath us and practicing tethering in, and we need that. I realized as we were doing the workshop and all these energies are intense, we really needed to tether that down. It's almost like the earth star chakra is like a seatbelt that we needed to pull that over and be like, we getting whiplashed around. I know some of you are feeling it. The energies are very intense because there are major changes happening. We have 3 major planets, outer planets, that are in the final degrees. So there are some major things closing out in our lives, um, especially where it has to do with Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. And then we have Chiron, in which Chiron is the ruler of Virgo. So there's angles of light coming in from there as well that is bringing it up to the surface, because our sun is the outer world. So our sun is what's in Virgo. So these unhealed wounds, as Chiron is the wounded healer, is bringing it up to the surface. So it pays to get in the dirt. And so let me explain that to you as I'm sharing this piece of the workshop. So coming from the root, coming on up, we start with moving our fears. The number 1 block of the root is fears. The number 1 block of the sacral is guilt. And the number 1 block of the solar plexus is shame. And the heart is grief, right? As today we're on our heart chakra day on the full moon. So hence why I'm in my little heart garden here. And it's been neglected. So I've been pruning. I'm doing all 3 today. Usually we do 1 day at a time in the interactive workshop. Hello, sister. I see you, Oracle. You always here for the lives. You always be live and vibing with us. I appreciate that. Um, so we have some leaves that I pruned away. And so how it's interactive is the garden is like your mind. If you look at it like that, it is a preparation place for your soul where you go to prep. Hence why the first story is in the garden. It's a part of the creative process, right? So, and I usually talk about that with manifestations of the new moon, which, speaking of that, this full moon is coming with a message of manifestations anyway, because it's at 25 degrees, and that 5 and 2 is 7. And today is a code number. If you count up the date, today is a code number of 25, which 2 and 5 is 7. So they're both correlating. They're both, correlating on the 7, meaning manifestations or return of completion. So how many of us are getting a return of completion? Check your receipts, check your spiritual receipts, check your soul receipts, because we are coming to a return of completion. And something is being manifested, and it has to do with, and I'm not just talking blessings manifestation, it has to do with what has been manifested, what is being manifested in regards to what is closing out in our lives, right? So tethering into the earth is really what's going to help us. So this earth star chakra is like we're going back and forth, tethering, going back into the earth. I have to keep saying it even in the workshop, go back into the earth chakra, because the earth chakra is about awareness of our divinity within. That divinity that's always coming through into the earth. And we are manifestations of this divinity in the earth. So we have to remember our abundance. So when we tether to that abundance, anything you're worrying about, take it back into the earth. And so the practical work is getting in the earth. And for some of you that may be walking barefoot, sitting by a tree, hugging a tree, doing visualizations, any of that, right? And oh, we're welcome. And so this part I'm doing is sharing with you the three parts that we do. I'm breaking it all down in my heart garden right here. Usually in the workshop, we do it one step at a time. The heart chakra, the root day is usually rooting up. And we talk about rooting up. And as we're rooting up, those weeds represent stinking feelings, our stinking thinking and our stinking feelings that have been growing in the garden. And these have to be rooted up. And as we're pulling them up, we're asking, what is it that I fear? Since fear is the number one block, this is how we troubleshoot. Get straight to the core, straight to the root. No pussyfooting around, not asking about other feelings. Just what do I fear? Because everything boils down to fear. There's only two feelings, fear and love. It's either love based or it's fear based. So let's make it quick. Don't waste time. Like, but I feel like this and I feel okay, that's fine you feel like that. Now ask yourself this, is it fear based or is it love based? That's it. Go straight to the jugular. Take it straight to the root. So with that, on that day, we're rooting. And believe me, you get answers. When you get in the earth and do this, you get answers. We all do. You may not get it the same day, but you will get answers. You may get it a couple days later, maybe when you're in the shower and water's running and it's like, oh, boop, there it is, right? And because it comes through depending on how many blocks you have. If you have a certain type of resistance built up in you, and that's why you really have to sit with yourself and meditate, be in acceptance, come in love. See, I'm going in my heart garden. Come in love. When you're checking yourself, don't come like you trying to beat yourself up, because your ego is just going to hold on to it tighter. You want to come in love and thank the ego. Thank you, ego, for protecting me, because that's what the ego does. But unfortunately, it protected you so well. You spun a narrative that protected you all your life, but it is lies. It's illusions. It's not based in truth, in the love that lights the truth. So we have to go back into the earth. Remember who we are. Remember our divinity in the earth. Tether to the earth. And remember your abundance. And I'm not talking money. I'm talking abundance of life. Abundance of your divine essence. The abundance of your I amness and your isness and everything that you are. So you really are in no lack. There's no lack, there's no limitation. That's an illusion. This is what Neptune is here to do. Get rid of the illusions, right? So getting back to the point, I digress. I mean, feel free to ask questions. That's why I do the live, y'all. While we're here, I'm sharing this moment with you. I usually, and a yellow flower, just a yellow leaf just dropped. So somebody's hurting in the solar plexus. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let's go. Somebody here is feeling something in the solar plexus. Ask the question. Feel free to do it while you can. The solar plexus is blocked by shame. And a lot of us are getting hit in that area too. That's our identity body. But I'm going to get to that because I'm starting with the root. But I know that somebody right here got something about the solar plexus. What is going on in your solar plexus? Where are you feeling either not worthy or someone's not listening to you? Who's not hearing you? Who's not listening? Where are you getting a hit in your I am, in your identity body, whether it's with family, friends, society, but you're taking that hit. Ooh, I just got pricked in my foot. Okay, what message? Something in your understanding. This is something I just pruned and it's real sharp. And it just got me in my heel. So something in your understanding, whatever that is for you. You know, feel free, y'all. We here. Share. Sharing is caring. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling. I'm giving it to you. Don't be shy. Right? But what it is that there's a message that somewhere, whatever it is, your understanding is holding you back. All right? And this is another thing. You got to, when we doing this earth work, walking barefoot, putting your feet in the earth represents putting your understanding in your feelings. So what is it that you're not understanding in your feelings that are allowing you to get hit in your heel some way, shape, or form? You're getting pricked in your understanding, right? And then that blocks you. Definitely feeling unstable to speak my truth. That's okay. And that's the why I'm hearing the solar plexus. Let me finish reading it. Definitely feeling unstable to speak my truth regarding some financial claims that I need to make. I feel silenced. Okay, that's the throat chakra. But know this, the throat and the solar plexus goes hand in hand. So the reason why you're feeling blocked to speak up is because there's something in your solar plexus. Somewhere in your solar plexus, in your I am, you don't feel either worthy enough. even for finances. Um, because even money is an illusion. So this is why we have to go back into the earth and remember that the abundance is us. We are the energy. Money is just a imitation of us, currency, energy, right? I'm not trying to downplay your claim or anything, but I'm bringing you to a different perspective. When we get into that understanding, we know that we have all that we already need, so you don't really have to worry about it. Be bolded in your I am. There's somewhere in your I am where you're not feeling either worthy enough, or you feel silenced. Whoever you feel silenced by, somehow you feel, I want to say, disempowered. Like maybe they have a title over you, or, and we have to strip those titles. No matter what their title is, they are no more than you. You probably have a stronger title than them in your spirit, way more than you think. So you just got to remember, right? Tethering into the earth is remembering your divinity. You have it already, right? And build that up. Do things with your solar plexus to activate your solar plexus, to remember your identity. You want to bold in your identity. What's your I am? Who is your divine essence? Who do you say that you are? And own it. And imagine a bright light shining over you. Eat foods that are in that. See, this is why this is why I invite y'all to come into the chakra. There's so much more that I could tell you that we go over in the chakra workshops, right? And we just did the solar plexus yesterday. So we were talking about that. I was saying to them, shine your light. Even if others feel that you sometimes you don't shine your light because you feel like you may be offending them. So what? Turn your light up even brighter. This is all you have to do. Check your intentions. If your intentions are good and true in the love that lights the truth, then don't worry about how they feel. Tell them to put on shades if they're offended by your light. You come in beaming your sunlight. You get a beam of light. You get a beam of light. Shoot it out like Spider-Man shooting out his spider webs. And if they offended, you be like, you know what? Put on some shades. But I'm not going to turn down my light. Turn down for what? I'm not turning down my light for nobody. And that's how you practice walking in your divine essence, in your I am, your authentic you, which the higher heart is about being in your authenticity in the heart chakra, right? So you're welcome. We're welcome. So, just do anything. Look up. I invite you to look up things about the solar plexus. If you have any ailments in that area, you may have ailments either in, I'm not putting anything on you, but if you do, look into that specific area. It has to do with the solar plexus. Anything in the solar plexus, anything in the throat area, you may, and I feel like your throat area issue is only a symptom of what's happening in your solar plexus. So really, to get to the root of it, you want to get in your solar plexus, and look it up. Look up foods to eat. Wear yellow more often. Just really activate that energy center in you. Learn more about it and tap into it, because there's somewhere, the chakras are energy centers. They're just doorways into your soul. So find out what is out of alignment in that part of your soul's consciousness. That's why that's happening in your solar plexus. All right. So with that said, let me hurry up because I'm losing light. So let me share this. Pulling up the root. So here's the 3 steps. The first thing is rooting. So I'm showing that to you now. So this doesn't belong. Anything that doesn't belong in your garden, it needs to be uprooted. So I grab it at the root. Make sure you get it out at the root. Right? See, anything that you're pulling up, if you just pop it off, if I was just to, let's say, break it and pop it off, sometimes people pull up weeds and it's just popped off. You didn't root up anything. Make sure you see roots. And as you're doing it, you're asking the earth, what is it that I need to know? What is it that I need to feel supported? What is it that I fear? Let me just go straight to the core. What is it that I fear? And just keep asking. And believe me, Mother Earth will answer you. When I get here in my meditative state, it's only because I'm talking to you all right now. But usually I would be in here. You'll just see me in here in my meditative state, just pulling out what doesn't belong. These dead leaves, they don't belong. And then I'm going to till the soil, which I'm going to show you how I do that next and what that represents. So pulling up the roots represents pulling out your stinking thinking, really uprooting it, because if you don't pull it up at the root, it's just going to keep growing back, right? And asking that important question, the number 1 block, fear. The next thing is, let me go into the sacral. The sacral is the emotional body. And where's my digger? Okay, there we go. And it's all about emotions, energy in motion, and the feelings are just indicators that come to bring you you. Hey, love, there go one of our tribers, our sojourners right there. How you doing, Sharonda? So I'm just sharing this grounding with the live stuff that we've been talking about in the workshop, so you're aware of it. Um, Also, let me end this. I'm getting a call. Sorry, Akasha, call your aunt. So we are in the earth, and it's the emotional body. Energy, emotion, feelings bring you instructions. They indicate, right? So as we go into earth, a lot of times, as you can see, the dirt is packed tight, right? Some of it is loose. You want to get in there and you want to till the soil and break it up, because that tight dirt represents your stuck energy. The soil metaphysically represents your subconscious mind, which is the feelings, right? The emotions. So we want to get in there. And the sacral is about the emotions and allowing yourself to feel. Allow yourself to be vulnerable so that you can have humility and all of that. So the next step, once you root up, you want to go in and break up the dirt, break up your feelings. Get your foot. Yesterday, I literally put my foot in the dirt. Get your foot in the understanding. So that basically what that represents is your foot is the understanding. Sorry. Put your foot in the soil, and that represents putting your understanding in your feelings. So get your understanding in your feelings. Break it up. And if your hands can't do it, use a tool and then just start breaking it up. Like what I'm doing here. Right? This loosens up the dirt. It aerates the dirt. And sometimes you'll get, while you do that, another good thing is when we pull up the weeds, sometimes we don't see what's still under there. But when you till the soil and you break up those emotions, you find more roots, more things that need to come up out of the dirt when you put your hand in there. So, ooh, and I'm getting another metaphysical meaning. The hand also represents the heart. So I was also hearing, get your heart in there. Put your heart in there. While I'm in my heart garden, put your heart in your feelings, right? The heart actually represents the feelings as well. It represents the subconscious mind. And the heart works really well with the sacral in the sense that it is the regulator of your emotions. So when your sacral is out of alignment, so too is your heart, right? They all affect each other. Once the root is out of alignment, all of them going to be out of alignment because the root is the base, right? But the root works hand in hand with the crown, and they all work well with the heart. But specifically, because of the sacral being the emotional body, it really affects the heart. So it regulates all of your emotions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So when you get your understanding in your emotions, you change your perspective of whatever feelings you have, and you get the true message out of the feelings. When you stand, basically what it looks like is when you understand, I look at it like this, it's called standing under truth principles. I know people say overstand, but before you can overstand, you got to stand under truth principles. Then you can stand over the BS. That's overstanding. And then you gain an understanding, right? So when you stand under truth principles, you're basically returning back to source. What does source say? What is the truth of this? Because we could be feeling some type of way, but what's the truth? Did that person really attack you? Or is there somewhere where you have some type of accountability? How did you place yourself in a position that allowed this, that attracted this, since life is a reflection of you? These are basic truths. Whenever I remember life is a reflection of me, then whatever's bothering me on the outside, I have to hold accountability. Whether I like it or not, it may seem unfair. Yes, that person did something or whatever it is, but life is a reflection of you. So what's going on with you, boo? That's how I talk to me, right? What's going on with you, boo? It's a reflection. That's truth principles. Now I'm like, oh, okay, I got to get my understanding in these feelings. So now what's your feelings saying? Once you stand under those truth principles. So once I break up the dirt, I loosen up them stuck feelings. They not so stuck and stubborn no more. It loosens up the ego's grip. And it's like, okay, now what you feeling? Now what are the true instructions of that feeling? And then it's going to bring it to you, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, so that's why that had to happen. Understandable. And so then that brings you the next into your solar plexus. And that one, and oh, by the way, when you're digging up, when you're tilling the soil, you're asking also, where do I have any guilt? Since that's the number one block of the sacral. And we got all types of guilt in many different ways. So don't limit yourself. Don't think, well, I didn't do nothing, so I ain't guilty of nothing. Think of all types of forms of guilt that we weigh, and because we have it. Because if our family put it on us, our friends, society, riddled with guilt. So we just have to find what it is and how it's affecting us. And then the next one, the solar plexus, is shame. Where do I have any shame? Right? So this is where I start pruning in the garden. I already done tilled the soil. So if I want to, I may sow some seeds. I may put a new plant in this spot right here where I just pulled it up. I may put another plant like this, another beautiful plant right there, because now I made space, right? Once you pull up the old stuff, now you can look and say, all right, what can I plant here, right? What do I want here, which represents your I am, solar plexus. Who am I? What would I like to see that will brighten my day? What would I love to see, right? And so then that's what I put there. I plant something that I want in my garden. Remember, parallel this to your mind. Once you till the soil in your subconscious and you get an understanding in your feelings, and you're bringing those feelings from your subconscious to the light of your conscious mind, becoming aware of it, and now you're saying, okay, what do I want to plant there? Who am I, and what do I want to put in my I am, in my soul? And this strengthens your soul, your solar plexus, and your I am. So this is the practical gardening work that I do. So I'm going to finish it up while I have a little bit of light. Peace, love, and light, Starte. I see you. And then I will take a picture of it, and I'm going to post a before and after picture if I can in YouTube. Y'all know I'm still working with the tech savviness of it. And then I'll share that with you faithfully. So I'm going to get in this for the rest of the few minutes I have before going on tonight. Peace, love, and light. I see all of you that are here that are coming through. If you're here, please remember to press the like button if you can, so we can keep the algorithm going, reaching to whoever needs the message, whoever needs to hear this, especially during this full moon. So overall, it's saying, what have you been manifesting? What is coming to a completion in this ecliptic window that we need to let go? And I'll speak more on the eclipse when I do a video kind of breaking down how Chiron is showing up, what those outer planets are saying, and even the nodes, because this is a node. The eclipse usually aligns with the nodes. So this should be, it should be an eclipse in Aries, because that's where our nodes are. So this is actually a futuristic thrust into where the nodes are going to be, because in January the nodes are going to be in Pisces and Virgo, the north node. So this is really a futuristic thrust into Pisces, the house of spiritual things. So bringing the practicality of the world into spirituality, northward spirituality. And I'll speak a little bit more about that. But that's why some things are being shaken up in you right now. So please tether into the earth. Incorporate your earth chakra. Every step that I just gave you, take it back to the earth. Check your root and go into earth. Strap down into earth and say, all right, where's my divinity? And bring it back up. Go into your sacral. How do I need to feel? What is it that I'm having guilt about? And then take it back into the earth and fix it. So the earth is going to remind you of your abundance every time. Become aware of your abundance and your divinity in the earth and bring it back up. Fix those feelings and then be like, oh, okay, I already have this. Boom. You go up into your solar plexus. Where do I have any shame in my identity body? Where am I feeling less than? Bring that back into the earth. Where's my abundance? Who am I? Get that from it and bring it back up again. That's what I mean by tethering back into the earth. Go back and forth into your earth star. We don't talk about it a lot. A lot of people don't, but I'm just sharing that with you because that's something that came up for the first time in this workshop, right? So I'm sharing that with you all. Peace, love, and light, Tyrone. I see you. Goddess. I see that there's goddess here. I don't know if I'm saying that right. A Martha or a Nartha. I'm not seeing it right. So sorry if I chopped it up. But hey, goddess, welcome. So I'm sharing that with you all. So here's the heart garden. We're going to do some work with that there. I'm going to finish up a little bit here. Is that the moon? Let me see if I could catch. Is the moon out? See if I could catch the moon for you before we go. No, I got a cloudy sky, y'all. It should be right about there coming up, but I got a cloudy sky. So happy full moon. super full moon eclipse in Pisces. Get into your chakras, get into your energy centers, get into you in the garden in your mind, and see what needs to be removed, especially while we're in this window with Pluto and Capricorn until November. This is definitely helping to remove what you need to pull out of the old paradigm. All right? So, with that said, love you all. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out. Be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. And I will drop a video later on tonight after the workshop about with some more information with the full moon and sharing that with you all later. Right? You're being definitely needed, sis. Thank you. Oh, we're welcome. We're welcome. Thank you for sharing this love and light with me. And I love how the community is building and sharing. If I haven't gotten to your comments, I'm still getting back to some. I've gotten through a lot, so thank you for your patience. And I adore you too, Starte. You my first customer. What you mean? The first one who bought the calendar. You gonna always be there. So with that, Goddess, peace, love, and light from, where are you from? Oh, you from the Netherlands. Oh, welcome, welcome. That means you hours ahead of us. Happy full moon where you are. All right, so love and light to you all, kings and queens, gods and goddesses. Peace and blessings. See if I could turn it off.